What up, everybody? You tune in to another episode of the Bassheadz Podcast, recording live from the Grill Studios in Emeryville, California. We are your hosts. My name is Max Perry of the Elevators.
DEO, Frisco, California, even odds.
DJ Sean G, San Francisco by way of Berkeley, California.
So we have, a nice.
I need you at a 10, Sean.
Sorry.
We got a range of topics today. It was just Grammy season. Grammy season is upon us, and nominations were just announced on the 28th.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's exciting times. Even though the Grammys don't define our culture, but
I feel like they did a better job this year.
Yeah, exactly.
They gave some more shots to some people.
Yeah,
which is cool.
What's her name? Not SZA, but Rhapsody. That was a big one.
I'm not actually super familiar with her. So
Rhapsody.
I've heard of her. I don't know, but yeah, I saw that.
Her debut album.
She was just here on Tuesday in New Parish, and she's on tour with Oakland's own GQ, and she's like Ninth Wonder's artist. Huh. I'm actually not a big fan of hers, but she's super talented. So.
She came up with the TDE crew. She was on To Pimp a Butterfly.
But she's been around way before that.
Yeah, but that was like, she killed that song on To Pimp a Butterfly, and that's kind of what got people more excited about her, because she kind of smashed it.
She did, yeah. I remember liking that verse.
Yeah, man. But yeah, shit. Best rap album. How y'all feeling about them nominees, man?
The best rap album.
Jay-Z, 444, Rhapsody, Damn. What is it? Childish Gambino. Scott, pull it up for me. Because we forgetful, man. But the Grammy nominees right there.
The next tab.
Right there. Already pulled up. The hip hop joints
should be up a little bit.
The hip hop nominees. I think it was Jay-Z, 444, Kendrick Lamar, Damn, Rhapsody, whatever name of her album was, and Childish Gambino. Oh, and then Migos, I think.
Yeah, Migos was best hip hop album.
Yeah. So how y'all feeling?
Shout out to my brother G Coop, who produced Bad and Bougie.
Yeah, G Coop.
Bay Area,
nominated for best rap song and best album as part of the Culture album with Migos.
Type hip hop album of the year, Scott. But yeah, out of those. So how y'all feeling about that? I got my money on Kendrick, man. King Kendrick kind of had.
I think Kendrick was the best album. I'm not sure. The Grammys is very political,
right?
So who's to say what will actually win? I do think Kendrick had the best album out of those people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Hove.
Me neither.
Kind of grabbed that joint.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like Hove getting nominated is enough for him, because he's had his time, man, and he made a little like art project and.
I think
while I wasn't necessarily crazy about it,
me neither.
He put in effort.
How'd you feel about that album, though?
I didn't really like it at all.
Man, yeah, I got feelings.
I didn't think.
I know.
I love Hove. He's my favorite rapper.
He put a lot of
Z's
after that album, man.
Man, that album could have been. Lyrically, that album is actually really dope.
Production wise, that album is not that dope.
Dude, first of all, No ID is like one of the most overrated
phenomenal
of all time.
Overrated?
Yeah, he's not tight.
What?
He's not tight to me. He's made.
Is this gonna be an argument for producers already?
His drums and his bass lines. That album sounded hella.
I didn't always think this, but man, those drums. Sorry, No ID. They sucked.
Yeah, man. Like he's really flat.
Fucking drum sounds were terrible. Some of the patterns, you may have been taking pride in that they weren't quantized. They needed to be.
Yeah, the style he was trying to go after, he could have just got, Rock Marciano, or he could have got Madlib to just make that style of beat, and it would have been way better if that's what you're really trying to go for, like a minimalist, sample-based thing.
Lo-fi
I just feel like literally that could have been one of his best albums if it was produced the right way, and I didn't like the production, and that's me. And No ID, Resurrection was incredible. I don't know what the fuck's happened since, man. If you really look at a lot of the work he's done, it's just not very impressive. He's worked with impressive artists on impressive projects.
Yeah.
But he's generally fallen flat to me. That's my opinion. But So that's how I felt about that album. Lyrically, it was actually pretty dope. Like, but I felt the production held it back from being a top 3 Jay-Z album all time.
How did you feel about Damn?
Damn was really good.
Damn was really good. Fucking way better than Pimp My Butterfly.
Fuck,
Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, I didn't like Pimp a Butterfly very much. Or stuttering. I didn't like
to bore a butterfly. You mean?
Nah, dog. Jesus Christ. What? Bruh. The creativity on that album, bruh.
But the production was boring.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
super boring.
The whole thing is that the area which Kendrick went into is super dope, like trying to do like hard funk and jazz things, but it didn't.
I don't like hard funk and jazz.
It didn't go, but it wasn't hard.
I don't like funk and jazz things.
I really do, and it just wasn't.
How do you don't like funk and jazz things?
Yeah,
because
ain't your pops a funk producer?
Nah, hell no.
What did he do?
My dad is like a drummer and but not funk at all.
He was more rock.
Yeah, more rock.
Oh, okay.
More rock. I just don't like that I just don't like boring abstract sounding music.
But it wasn't that though.
I just felt like kind of similar.
How can you say wait? If we gonna have this argument, bro.
It's a debate, it's not an argument.
Thank you.
No, we
just go to
we're gentlemen.
Just go to the first 5 songs on To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. How's that boring?
Huh? Wait, what?
Track 1 all the way to All Right. How's that boring? All Right is boring?
All Right's good.
I got Oh, you mean the song with the with the Pharrell? The horrible Pharrell beat?
Get the fuck out of here.
That beat sucked.
Get the fuck out of here,
that is a perfect example of an artist making a great song out of a shitty beat.
Nah. The beat wasn't shitty. Shitty, bruh? Come on, bruh. Shitty?
That beat was kind of
shitty.
Bruh.
Let me pull this track list up.
This is what I'm gonna say about it. It was a quality project. Like they put out.
I love that fucking. I love the song and I love the video even more. That video
was hard,
amazing.
Well, I don't want to go too much off, bruh, but come on, man.
We're kind of going off right now.
Yeah. I think Damn gonna take it.
Yeah,
Damn is not better than To Pimp a Butterfly.
I like it more.
Let's salute our Bay Area Grammy nominees.
Yeah, for sure. Kalani and Ledisi.
Kaylani, Ledisi.
Who else?
J Bug.
Yeah.
G Coop.
Fucking
shit. Who else?
It slipped my mind after that. I was trying to remember.
Who else? Marty James.
Really?
Fucking Marty James. Record of the Year. Song of the Year.
Really?
He wrote Justin Bieber's verse.
Really?
Despacito, yeah.
That's funny.
And, I did not know that. What the fuck?
Well, you know Bieber didn't write that shit.
Yeah, of course. That's hard.
You couldn't even remember that shit in the live performances.
That's hard. King Kunta? That's not boring. I'm gonna get off Kendrick.
No, I like King Kunta.
Come on,
like that.
Let me just say this
like off top, like King Kunta.
I just put up the track list. That's why.
King Kunta was one of my that was one of my favorites, even when I didn't like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all gotta listen to that album.
I like that. I like.
I don't want to stay on it, but
like, Damn was a better
Damn was a great album, bro.
It's a better album than.
Damn was a great album.
It's better.
I'm gonna keep it real. It's not better. The 2 Bay Area albums I haven't heard. I haven't heard Kalani's album and I haven't heard Ledisi. I didn't even know.
Kalani's album was really dope.
I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't even know Ledisi dropped the album until I seen a nominee.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But that kind of segues into what I wanted to talk about too, is being able to be considered for even a Grammy nod. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that they can submit themselves independently. You know what I'm saying, right?
100%.
You can speak more about it than I can, but
100%. It's something that people don't really realize is in reach. Like, many of us could be Academy members, voting on the Grammys, submitting your homies or your own shit to the Grammys for Grammy consideration, and people just don't take advantage of the process. This is what you need to be an Academy member. Is first and foremost, you need 6 credits on an album that's been physically manufactured, like an actual physical disc, or 12 credits on a digital album.
Wow. So how do they
determine?
No, how do they find out
the credits?
The linear notes for a digital album.
So the preferred way is to copy a link to your All Music page. And All Music.
So engineers, producers, background
creative
people need to have an All Music page.
Yes, but I don't know how exactly that comes about.
I think that's just making the profile.
I've never made a profile. They did one for me.
Really?
Yeah, I just did that like Discogs and fucking and All Music. Those were just things that when I Googled myself were just there, and
that just pops up.
And like that, I would be curious to see who like how those pages are managed.
Yeah.
But I just copied my link, which had plenty of credits on there, and it's $100 for the membership dues for the yearly dues. So six credits and fucking and $100. I mean, there's tons of like little benefits added benefits that like that $100 pays for itself. Not to mention you vote for the Grammys, you have the chance to go to the Grammys, you could submit stuff for Grammy consideration, and like you could fucking make your voice heard, and having to do with music's highest honor.
That's tight.
It is.
So man, y'all Bay Area creators, man, start getting on the ball and
this shit is real, man. This shit is fucking.
It's tangible.
It's tangible. It happens. I got fucking nominated for the second time 2 years in a row. Yeah. And fucking, this shit is a fucking dream come true, bro. I think fucking waking up at 5:30 in the morning to see when the fucking where the fuck who was in that the fucking the nominee list, and fucking this shit is fucking watching it materialize.
And it's your second year.
Second year in a row,
Second year, man.
It's been fucking crazy, man. Crazy blessings, bro. I almost had 2 nominations. I was very surprised fucking Post Malone didn't get nominated, which is actually a fucking, one of our topics. Fucking,
yeah, we get to that.
But yeah.
Who's in the category with Kalani? I want to know that. Like who she's up against.
But still that's incredible.
I think it was Black, Kaylani, Lettucey.
It's KH.
That's incredible though that you got nominated twice, man.
Hell yeah.
Major respect.
Yeah,
Immortal.
Well, really, it's my work for my brother Jay Boog's record, which he got nominated for us. So we're all just a supporting cast to make him sound great. You know what I mean?
Team J Boog.
Team J Boog.
That's a good dude.
Team Washhouse.
Scott having trouble spelling Kalani.
What's going on, man? It's Kaylani.
Go down.
There we go. All right, so
R&B. She got it.
Best R&B performance. So she's up against.
It was like contemporary R&B or something like that. Go down. Best urban contemporary. Yeah. Here we go.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, right there.
Keep going down.
Black, Childish Gambino, SZA, The Weeknd.
Where's Kalani though?
This is the hardest shit to read ever.
Yeah, that layout's kind of whack.
Honestly, I forgot whose.
It gotta
layout,
be a different
whose layout
site,
was
bro.
good. Yeah, nah. Whose
Grammy's
layout?
got to do better.
Nah, that's Billboard doing that.
Oh no, go to the LA
Shit
Times.
looks like a text message.
No, I know. And LA Times. The LA. I literally had the same problem looking on my phone. It was like a fucking. I was getting so eye confused.
So search Grammys 2017
LA Times.
In case you didn't know, listeners, I think the viewers get it, but listeners were looking up the proper
they can see
Grammy
it now.
nominations to see what
they can see it.
Kaylani
They
was nominated for and who she's up against.
Okay. We're just trying to make sure that we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we want to be accurate.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't fake news.
Grammys 2017 what?
LA Times. But yeah, I mean, I just want to send her some good vibes and hope she win one of them fucking categories, because right there in the top one.
Top one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Go down.
Boom. Perfect.
Yeah. This was way better.
Now search Kalani.
I think Post definitely should have gotten fucking nominated for best new artist.
New artist though?
There it is.
Yeah, that's one of he was one of the fucking strong
But
players.
I feel like
for
he was new
best new
last
artist.
year.
Yeah, like he was new with White Iverson.
White Iverson.
Because his debut album comes out after the cutoff. That's why it came out in like December.
So his album ain't out yet?
No, it came out in December, which is after the cutoff for last year's Grammys.
So you got screwed, I guess.
No, it's just that's how they allocated. Like anything like from like I think November 15th on, like if it came out in November 16th, 2016, it would go to the next year's Grammys.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Kalani, speaking of Kalani, she's up against Lettucey, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars got that. I'm sorry.
Who is it though? Who else?
Shout out to Kalani though, but Bruno Mars got
SZA?
that.
Who is she?
Yeah,
Daniel Caesar.
No one has a chance, sorry.
Bro, that's what I like.
Sorry.
Well,
no one has a chance.
It's Daniel Caesar will get you. I don't even know who that is. Kalani with Distraction.
With your girl.
Lettucey.
Remember you
Hi.
told me about her? You were the first person to tell me about her.
About who?
Caliucci's.
Oh yeah, you showing the fuck did say that, yeah.
Caliucci, I'm a fan.
Bruno Mars, that's what I like, and SZA the Weeknd, bro. Bruno Mars about to sweep that, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
SZA, I can see SZA.
Shout out to the stereotypes.
Click the next one.
I can totally see SZA taking it.
The next Kalani thing.
No chance.
No, this is a great chance. She like the highest
Zero
R&B.
chance.
All right, so remix.
She's the hottest R&B artist,
what
except
he's on.
he's the hottest artist.
But he ain't gonna win
Period.
everything.
He's gonna win damn near
Bruno
everything.
Mars.
And I got something to say.
He's sweeping all that shit.
I gotta say, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we could say that.
What?
Do you hear that?
Sweep.
Hey man, if SZA wins, I'm coming for you, bro.
Hey, real shit.
All right, SZA wins, dude.
I'll stand to that.
Bro, that's what I like. It's been covered a million times on YouTube.
Shout
bro,
out to
by children, bro.
Who was SZA?
No, Bruno Mars. That's what I like.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna win all of them.
He gonna win that one.
He
for
got
sure.
nominated like 8 awards.
Shout out to
He gonna
fucking
win
hip hop and urban and fucking just fucking hip producers fucking getting
For real.
nominated for
Yeah, man.
producer of the year, non-classical. Shout out to
No ID and the
No ID,
stereotypes.
man.
Still shout out to No ID and the Stereotypes. Even though I wasn't crazy about the J album, like to see a hip hop producer in producer of the year category. Shout out to 1985. Also last year got nominated and actually won.
Wow.
That's fucking it's super. That's fucking huge, man. That pushes the envelope for everybody.
And regardless of No ID kind of being lightweight garbage to me, he's a legend. So salute to him.
Nah, yeah, for sure, legend.
I mean, he's done great records before.
Oh, he totally hit. Resurrection is one of the greatest hip hop records of all time. He produced that whole entire.
I mean,
record.
a lot of Big Sean
Resurrection,
shit
who?
that he did was real dope too. You know what I'm saying?
he did that the first Big Sean
Janae
album. And
Aiko.
it was pretty cool.
What's Resurrection?
The second
Common.
album.
Oh,
With I Used
yeah,
to Love
I'm
Her.
not a Common fan, man.
I'm not either, but
Sorry.
his first 3 records are incredible.
Man, The Light.
My girl,
I
huge
fuck
Common
with that
fan, bro.
The Light?
The Light
Light's
was
a
a
great
cool
record.
song.
That's a
That's like
great fucking record.
That's one of her favorite songs.
Fucking
I don't know.
Six,
Her
Six
favorite
Sense or whatever.
Common
Primo
song.
beat.
You know what's crazy is I DJ'd a Common show when I was 19 for the Like Water for Chocolate tour. And
I
I,
like
got a
that
picture
album.
of us. I got a picture
I like
of us.
what
I think I was in high school when that
I'm
album
not
came
crazy
out.
about that album. That's when I stopped.
I was in high
being
school when
crazy
that
about
album
Common.
came out,
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school.
Youngsters. I was like
How old
right
are you?
out of high school. I'm 36, so I was 19.
Oh yeah.
I'm 32.
Old head.
Yeah. I'm the oldest one.
How old are you?
33.
Oh, I was about to say.
We're like the same age.
Yeah. You 84.
84.
Me, I'm a different generation.
We on here telling our ages and shit.
84 is the best year.
Once I clean all this up, I'll be back to looking 25.
Man,
So
I shave. I
good.
look 15.
Man, I drink water and use shea butter, man. It's, keep it crispy, man.
Stay young. But anyway, Grammys.
Shout out to Kalani, though. I think this is her second year. I just want to keep shouting her out because her and David Ali and that whole team been kind of,
Yeah.
Shout out to the team.
they just been killing it. So
Oh man, forget it.
I remember I told David Ali like 7 years ago, we were sitting in a bar. I was like, "You're gonna be a millionaire one day, kid."
wow, I met David
And
Ali.
I know he knew it, but it was like I was like, "Bruh, it's gonna happen."
You're doing good.
I
kid.
met David
And now
Ali
he's
through
He's
Jay
Grammy
Ant.
family.
Jay Ant brought him
Yeah.
to my studio
Used to
maybe
manage
7
it.
years ago, 10 years ago probably, and
It's true.
yeah, he been.
The first
been
artist he
focused ever
managed
since.
was my homie Doogie.
I thought it was Jay Ant.
330 Rich.
Nah,
Wow,
That's
Doogie.
330 Rich original
Duke.
family.
for real.
The Doog from Marin,
I don't know that.
from the jungle.
What's his name?
Zaire.
That's not Global.
No, not Global.
Oh.
Global's my other brother.
Hell yeah. Come on, man. What's next on this list?
We were gonna
Like Grammy talk is cool. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all the Grammy people. Shout out to Max. 2 years running.
Boom.
He gonna win one of these joints one year.
for sure.
He
So
going up
good.
against Junior Gong this year though.
yeah,
He going
yeah.
up against some
It's all
Marley.
good.
So who knows?
Because if we lose next year, then we're gonna fucking stack all our
but
fucking
if y'all
eggs
beat,
and come with a
if
life
y'all beat
changing
a Marley
album.
though, the story's even better.
Oh, it's cool, but either way, next year we're coming back with a fucking life changing album with fucking that's gonna fucking smack people in the face and it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Did he record that in Hawaii?
We recorded that in Hawaii, some here at the Grill Studios, some at Circle House in Miami, some at Stephen Marley's studio in Miami. I'm not sure if they use anything that they recorded in Jamaica at Tough Gong, but all over, man.
All over. That's tight.
All over.
Shout out to J Bug, man.
Shout out to my brother J Bug. Shout out to Jonas. Shout out to Wash House.
Post Malone.
Post Malone, man.
I can't believe fucking Post Malone didn't get nominated. I was really surprised. That would have been fucking 2 nominations for me.
How we feeling about what he was talking about if people wanted to listen to hip hop? I mean, if people wanted to feel anything,
I partly feel him, and I wonder if that had anything to do with the nomination. Just in a weird political way. I don't know. It was very late. It was very late. I don't know if the timeline coincides with it. But what was the exact quote? Can we get that?
He just basically said if you want to I've been paying attention to it for a while. He said if you want to feel anything, if you want to express your emotions or anything like that, don't listen to hip hop. Listen to something else. Hip hop isn't the music for that.
I don't know if that was it, because I heard something about if you want to know about life.
You can throw that in there too.
No. That's what I heard. I heard a quote. The quote had something to do with like
that could have been a part of it.
Knowing about life or knowing what life is about. Then don't listen to hip hop.
That could have been a part of it, but
I think
it was said if you want to feel anything or some shit like that.
I think it was over.
But he came back and talking about he tried to clean it up
he backpedaled.
Like it was a beer tasting and
I mean, dude, anybody that makes an overgeneralized statement
he said it was a
when
beer
they realize
tasting,
it was overgeneralized backpedals, like, you know what I'm saying? Like better it's better than him being like, oh yeah, I was dead right after he sobered up, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking, but I mean, like, he's partly right, because there's a lot of bullshit out there, and that shit is not necessarily reflective of like any life lessons. It's just some fucking materialistic fucking drug induced bullshit.
But it's hella crazy because like I get what you're saying, and people always want to bring up that lane of rap that's
but there's a whole
hold on, I'm not even done talking about that. People always want to bring that up and how rap is terrible, this and that, and I'm not even saying you, but people will say, oh, it's superficial and it's misogynistic and it's braggadocio and all this bullshit. But then the same people, not saying Max, other people, are hella quick to bring up how and trip over themselves to be on Kendrick Lamar's nuts or on Jay-Z's new album or on whoever fucking they want to bring up. That's completely not, whether or not you like it, like Kendrick Lamar's album is totally about life and totally about emotion and totally about introspection. Same with Jay-Z. That's completely what those albums are about. And so to say that when all the highest selling artists in hip hop, whether you like them or not, are regular ass dudes.
Thank you.
Whether it's Drake, Kanye, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Kendrick, those are all the highest selling artists. Maybe I'm leaving out a few people.
Big Sean.
But they're all regular ass dudes, and
right.
they talk about life. They really are, and as arrogant as they can be, they're also humble and there's self-deprecating. So
the exact quote
that's a crazy statement, and the whole thing about Post Malone. I've always kind of liked Post Malone. Like, he's kind of, I'm not crazy about him now, but he's a kid, and I just think he needs to just keep his mouth shut on certain things for his own good. You know what I mean? Because he's fodder out there, man. Like, he puts himself out there, and he said that shit. He said that shit like in a European publication. So it's like he probably was drunk and said that shit, and it was probably taken kind of out of context, but. He just needs to chill out because he is.
He said, if you're looking to cry, if you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip hop. Yeah,
he says, like, when I one of those things, I listen to Bob Dylan, and it's like Bob Dylan's incredible, but it's that's just a silly statement. Now, if he was only talking about SoundCloud rap or only talking about like top 40 rap, even then, but mostly I could get what he's getting at, but there's so many ridiculous different subgenres in hip hop nowadays. But it's like 30 different vibes. So
I immediately didn't understand it though because of the artists that we grew up on. Obviously, like Pac. Like
he didn't grow up on Pac though.
I mean, he's a kid. He's like 22 or something.
He more than likely didn't grow up on Pac.
No, that's cool, but I'm saying.
But even somebody that was born in the 90s, no, there's other artists that he could have, like Drake. Drake is their.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Drake is their Pac. Niggas cry over Drake, bro.
Especially, come on, Post Malone, listen to his music. You know he's fucking with Drake.
Exactly. So come on, man. Like,
it was a ridiculous statement, but the whole thing too is like, same with like people getting mad on Grammy stubs and all this stuff. As much as Grammy's like the highest honor, it's also like, who gives a fuck if the Grammys fuck with you or not? Like, Post Malone, don't say what you wanted to say, then who cares? Like,
I was gonna ask that.
It wasn't super offensive. It was just kind of ignorant.
Should the community care and be in much of an uproar the way they were?
I seen people super
ultimately no, because these.
Is it problematic?
Is it? What do you mean?
Like, do you think that type of talk can and will become a trend? Because he's not the only person that says some shit like hip hop isn't for this anymore. It's about this.
I think it can be problematic. I think that's why he needs to just shut up.
Yeah.
You know, certain things like, and when you make sweeping generalizations like that, and you're in a position like he has the #1 record in the United States, Rockstar, which does not go in the club at all. It's not.
I didn't even know that.
It's a cool song. I was a very well-known radio DJ a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Yo, I try to play this song in the club, and it doesn't go." But it's on all. I looked on Billboard a week ago. It's
that's
like,
what money do, man.
#1. No, it's just a chill ass song. It's not for the club, and that's okay. It's a good song, but you know, he just needs to. There's just certain things he shouldn't say, man. You know what I mean? Or he should supply the proper context for his own good. Obviously, you can say whatever you want to say, but if you don't want to get fired,
he made a statement. He took it back. He knows.
Yeah,
you know, people say shit,
and you're totally right. In the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter. Did he say anything offensive? No. It was kind of like, you know, maybe I disagree with what he said. But
I mean,
who cares?
he offended real hip hop heads though that take that shit to heart.
But they already were gonna hate on him no matter what. They're just looking for an excuse, and that's why he needs to chill.
That's true.
He needs to not give him any ammo.
Right?
Because people were gonna hate on him no matter what. The people that really hated on him were already going to hate on him no matter what he said. It could have came out and said, Pac's my favorite rapper. He influenced me. And people have been like, you don't even feel
I'm going to keep
Pac
it real. I
that
never
way.
paid attention to him.
Yeah.
Because you told me about White Iverson back when that came out.
It's a good song, man. Like, when I heard it, I didn't know nothing about him. I was like, man, this song is tight. Yeah, I mean, he's a really good songwriter.
You for sure told me about that. And, I mean, I never been a fan. But when he said that, I was like, what is he talking about? That's when I started paying attention. And when I heard it in its entirety, not just that one little line, I was like, this dude gonna bury himself. You know what I'm saying? Talking like that. Because you're in the genre. You making money from the genre and you shitting on the genre. I just feel like that was kind of I feel like that was a slap in the face, though,
I think
bro.
that's an overgeneralization.
Well, it was a slap in the face.
I think.
Was it a slap in the face?
It was.
I don't think it was a slap.
It
It kind of was, but I think more, if anything, it was just an ignorant statement.
I mean, I wouldn't.
And I'm not even
I wouldn't even
defending
say it's ignorant because I don't think it's of an extreme level. Like he just
It
made,
was ignorant.
He just made an overgeneralized statement that is honestly I partly agree with.
If you want to cry and
the reason why
whatever you said,
if you want to be
don't listen to that generation of hip hop.
That's what I'm saying.
Not hip hop though.
Well, that's where the overgeneralization came in.
And he could be like, "Don't listen to me," because I've heard artists say that. Like, if you want, I'm not raising. I think Pac said that. Like, I'm not raising your kids or some shit like that. Like, I'm not responsible for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you teach your kids. He said some shit like that. So he needs to make that more of a personal statement. Like, don't listen to me if you want to looking to cry and looking to think about life. Don't listen to Post Malone. Don't listen to Lil Yachty. Don't listen to Lil Uzi.
Modern hip hop, yeah, it is. It's not like on some like life changing shit. It's on some just like.
But
I will say though, for him to make a statement like that, you know, he said that shit hella times to other people, and he's been thinking about that shit, and that's problematic.
That's what
that
I'm
he
saying.
feels that way, like in general, like, and that he hasn't like analyzed that. Like, he does deserve to get scrutiny for that. He does, because that's kind of a crazy statement to be making. You know what I mean? As much as there are some truth to that, like, that's also like, for him to say it was a concept that he basically stated. Like, it was a concept idea, so that means that he's had that idea.
Like
it's been a discussion.
Brewing,
No, it was something. There's a concept to what he's saying, and that concept is something that's been in. You could tell that it was not that it was premeditated for him to say it, but he's been thinking about that, or it's
Like
something
it
that's been
for sure
coming up in
crossed his
discussion,
mind.
and he had a feeling about it. And this was his feeling, and like honestly, he needs the right older homies around him. Like, so I don't think he necessarily has to, and not like in a bad way, because some people don't got the right other older homies around them, and then they get gun charges and silly things like
real.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But-
I don't think
but-
this is a cardinal sin to that degree.
It was totally not a cardinal sin, but I'm just saying that he just need. It would just be nice to have him have a conversation with a bunch of different people that knew about music about that topic, because there was a lot of holes. There was a lot of holes in that statement.
It's a common theme that hip hop ain't about shit these days.
Yeah, but that's so ridiculous, though. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't like that statement because
so ridiculous. That's like the most ridiculous shit.
Even though I feel like
as much
these
as
new
part
artists
of it's
are,
true, that overall that's ridiculous.
even though I feel like these new artists are whack, it doesn't affect how I feel about rap because I don't have to listen to that shit. I listen to Spotify, bro. Like that's on demand music.
Whack shit has nothing to do with me.
I decide what the fuck plays on my stereo.
Well, and that's the whole thing is like, there's so much rap that comes out that, and then by young artists, that's incredible.
That's a fact.
Like G Herbo put out some of the most incredible, most meaningful music for the city of Chicago, where he's from, this year. That's like blood curdling, spine tingling, make you think, make you give a fuck about everything music.
Shout out to G Herbo, Johnny Shipes, and Cinematic.
Yeah, man. 100 Rock Block. That shit is all tight, man. Like, that's definitely dope.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of artists that like do really dope shit. And you know what I mean? Like GQ from East Oakland just put out a project. East 14th, you know what I mean? He's on tour with Rhapsody. That shit's like really dope.
I ain't even heard of him. He on tour with Rhapsody right now?
Yeah, and that's like a really good, you know what I mean? I mean, I've only listened to it a couple of times. It just dropped, but like, and that's just for instance, like what's at the top of my head. You know what I mean? There's a lot of music that's like, people are pouring their heart and souls into it. And I think Post Malone pours his heart and souls into his music, but his music is more one-dimensional. But he's a really talented dude. I could tell he's a really good songwriter.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he takes what he does serious.
Yeah.
But he's not, he doesn't have the right, he doesn't have the right intelligence to speak on hip-hop
exactly. And he's also comparing hip-hop to Bob Dylan, which is like such a ridiculous.
Right.
The way he's comparing it is so ridiculous. But if you go back to the way hip-hop started.
He was clearly drunk or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
If you go back to the way it started, then
Beer
you could
tasting.
totally compare hip-hop to Bob Dylan, because Bob Dylan was a griot. He was a fucking poet. That's what he was.
Yeah.
So that's what hip-hop is. You know what I mean? And Bob Dylan originally was like a folk singer. He spoke on issues that people weren't really talking about.
I saw Dangerous Minds.
Man, I saw it when it came out. I didn't see it since I was young. Shout out East Palo Alto.
Nah, it was a whole, the whole assignment. Never mind. I watched too many movies.
I don't know.
Bob Dylan assignment.
Yeah, the Bob Dylan assignment.
Anyway, we should move on. Post Malone. Post Malone.
Keep doing your thing. Just watch how you talking about the genre you eating off of, my brother.
Genre.
The genre.
Let some older homies get in your ear a little bit and keep to yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Shout out to Post though. Fuck it. Post got my first plaque.
Hey.
Oh,
Platinum
the
plaque.
truth
that's
comes
a
out.
fact.
Man.
That's
Max
a
is
fact.
biased.
I gotta be. Fuck.
Nah,
Hey,
man.
man.
Hey, Post has made some dope ass songs.
Nah,
He's
plus
talented
at the
dude.
same time, I
Not mad at
stand
him.
by what I think, like regardless of any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Got to.
like I really don't think I agree with that statement. I think the shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But all right, so you agree with that statement, but like,
Wait, you agree with the statement?
like wholeheartedly?
bro, like I'm not gonna use Bob Dylan, but like, bro, if I'm trying to like hear some like fucking like soul tingling, like I'm gonna listen to like some Adele or some shit like that.
You're
Like,
not
so-
listening to them.
Adele?
Oh, I do listen to Adele. Adele's dope as fuck. Or
Gay!
like, so
Nah,
like
this
fucking Beatles or fucking.
But I'm saying, like, when you
fucking-
listen to like Kendrick, damn, you don't feel that way, or Good Kid, Mad City, you don't feel that way.
Or even a typical butterfly.
Definitely not to Pimp a
He
Butterfly.
doesn't like that one.
I don't like
Because
that.
you're
But-
a hater.
I wasn't crazy about that, but whatever.
I mean, you can't put Kendrick in the fucking in the fucking in the conversation, he's the fucking the rarity. He's the anomaly.
No, but
you know what I'm saying? Like he's the exception to the rule.
But
I hate when people say you can't compare.
Bro, Kendrick
they in the same ring though. They in the same playing field. They on the same.
Yeah, I know that, but
they totally are.
But I'm
just saying, like
tons of
when I agree with that argument, I'm not agreeing with that argument and having like artists like Kendrick in mind. Like, oh yeah, Kendrick is the reason why this shit is dope.
But I'm saying, like,
J. Cole?
What are your favorite rappers?
And I'm not even a fan of J. Cole.
Like, all time, what are your favorite rappers?
All time?
Like, what made you give a fuck about hip-hop?
Man, time fucking...
You look like a
Nas.
You look like a fan
Wu-Tang.
of Capadonna.
Nah. Capadonna. Hell the fuck no. Come on, bro. Stop it. Shout out to all the Wu-Tang. I'm not talking shit, but fucking, man, Capadonna was not my favorite Wu-Tang member.
Winter Warriors,
He's horrible.
First of all, Inspector Deck, Raekwon,
Inspector Deck was my favorite.
So these are the
Wu-Tang. Inspector Deck, Raekwon, and GZA. Those are my favorite fucking Wu-Tang members.
So Wu-Tang, though, Tupac.
GZA had the best album.
Nas.
Maybe.
GZA, Liquid Swords, best album.
Listen to Raekwon there. But talk about that.
Not as good. Not as good as GZA.
I think it's by
far
better.
Some of the beats on Raekwon were like,
Nah, they're great.
Well, listening back, like,
you know what's crazy?
At the time, they were the shit. Like, at the time, Raekwon definitely, and he has like some. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely number 2 Wu-Tang solo album. But the GZA, Liquid Swords.
There's two kind of people. I did a Facebook post. There's people that think Liquid Swords is the best Wu-Tang album. There's people that think Only Built for Cuban Links album is the best Wu-Tang album. Only Built for Cuban Links, the thing about that is that's the first trap shit. That's what influenced Jeezy and T.I. directly and hella shit in the game to even beyond what they were talking about.
Subject matter?
No, yeah, totally.
Okay, not sound though.
No,
the sound is way different.
Hell
But Jeezy and them were all wearing Timbs and shit in the late 90s. They were fucking with that shit.
Yeah.
So. And so that's really the first trap shit. And that album is incredible.
Yeah.
For many
You
reasons.
look like
We can get into that
You
another
Got
time.
fan.
Come on, bro. You need to stop this shit immediately, like right now.
All right, can I say
Shout out
something?
to you guys, but you need to stop this shit right now. Next, you're gonna tell me I'm a Master Killer fan.
I'll give it. That was next.
Can I say something?
He's the worst.
You look like a
Golden Arms of Redemption.
bro. God.
Now, let me say something. Why is Golden Arms? You Got, to me, looks like he could be related to Kid Creole from Sugar Hill Gang. Like, really good. It's not a put down. Is that a reach? I don't think so.
That's not a reach.
That's not a reach, right? Like, they just reminded me
That's
of each
hella
other.
funny,
Like, they
though.
could be like uncle, nephew, or something. I don't know. Anyway. So, you love Nas, Pac. You tell me, like, all that shit.
Those are
Not talking about real life shit?
I was going to say, those are literally the artists that make you think
like,
about real life shit, bro.
This is where the overgeneralized statement comes from, because we're not thinking about those artists.
But why not though? This is why I feel like
that's why the statement is overgeneralized, because he left out the part today's hip hop. He left out that crucial word. Today's hip hop ain't about shit.
I feel like a lot of artists, or not even the artists, the public, they stopped comparing artists with the ones that come before them. You have to compare LeBron to Jordan. You have to compare Jordan to Worthy, Julius Erving. Why not? Because that's the bar.
Yeah.
When these new artists come out, why not compare them to the greater artists?
But the whole thing, too, is now...
Just because a motherfucker got one catchy-ass song,
honestly,
why everybody got to get all up in arms about them?
But the whole thing is that there's hella artists that maybe you don't like that are still talking about real life. Like I don't like J. Cole, but he talks about real ass shit.
I'm not a fan of J. Cole at all, but I think he's a dope artist, though.
Does he talk about real ass shit?
Yeah,
he talks about life. That's like
I think he's a dope artist, but he doesn't make catchy shit.
Like, I don't like Lecrae. I'm not into Christian rap, but he talk about real ass shit. He sells hella records.
Technically, Lecrae is a dope ass artist.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Technically,
hella
I'm not a
talented.
fan of but I'm saying there's other artists that come out and then people just accept it like that shit is just hella dope, and you know what I'm saying. But they're not comparing it to.
I think hip hop more than ever talks about real ass shit because now you can be a regular ass person and be a rapper.
And you
that
could be
wasn't
a fake
even
ass.
true 10 years
You
ago.
could be faker than ever now too.
Rappers always been fake.
I don't think
so.
the argument was about shit being real or not.
No, he said that. He said if you want to hear real shit, you really can feel it. Don't listen to hip hop.
No, it was about life. It was about like knowing about life or something.
Well,
like
that's
that.
real. That's one and the same.
Yeah.
That's one and the same. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Because come on, man. Like, bro, like how much are you learning about life from a superficial rap record? Come on, bro.
No, because there's
like
hella different lanes. Like, of course, Migos, they're like fucking like. They're like rap superheroes. They talk about like ridiculous ass shit and they do it in a fly way.
He was
and
also
it's very
not,
one dimensional.
Migos is hella tight though.
No, hella,
Like,
dude. I'm a big ass Migos fan, but I'm saying their music is very stylized. It's very by these parameters.
Right.
We're gonna talk about how fly we are, how much our you know, how we got the plugs number, how we got the best chains, best clothes, best bitches.
There's nothing deep about that.
Of course, there's nothing at all deep about that, but that's one.
I'm not saying I
lane.
don't like Migos. Like, I'm not saying that I can't like a song that's not deep.
But what I'm saying is that
But it's not deep.
But if you only compare it to that lane, then his statement is completely true.
Well,
But rap there's a whole spectrum of things.
A good amount of today's stuff is like that.
No, but that's like just some mainstream
The Migos
shit.
still drop gems though. It might not be 4 bars worth, but it's like they still drop little gems.
Well, because they're dope people.
You're talking about when you say gems, you mean like a dope lyric, like they dropped a lug.
Yeah, like a little lug that.
Of course.
That hit home.
Nah, bro.
I mean, in fact, they call their album Culture. It's kind of tight. I mean,
No, Culture. I actually really like Culture.
What's your favorite song?
Man, I like fucking Kelly Price. I like fucking. Hold on, let me just look at.
You know what my favorite song is?
I like.
Like, you know, I brought.
What's the Price?
That's what I was gonna say. That's my favorite song.
Price.
Like
Kelly Price
people,
and What's the Price and fucking what's that Murder Beats one that?
T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up.
T-shirt.
Nah.
Oh, T-shirt.
T-shirt
I
is
love
incredible.
T-shirt. I love T-shirt.
Very front because I got some people blocking.
I'm parked in a space, so
Good space, and then it's like a gray Dodge.
No.
no Durangos over here, bro.
Yeah.
Someone fucked up the parking and they're coming
Sorry.
to find out. If it was
Parking.
us. It was not us. We're sorry though. I hope you find out.
Hey,
who
bro,
it
text
is.
me next time before busting
Yeah.
in the door.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
It's all good. That's the homie.
Even
Our
homies,
podcast got interrupted by parking issues at the Grill
Yeah.
Studios. It happens, but
Anybody parked?
Migos are they're dude. I've been down with Migos since fucking.
You definitely
the
been championing
very
Migos
beginning.
for a long time.
Very beginning since
I
fucking
wasn't,
Bando. No one was even fucking with that.
That was before Versace?
That
Yeah.
was the song right before Versace.
Really?
Yeah, that was-
Bando was the one.
Yeah, Bando.
I didn't get
People
on
weren't even
till
fucking-
Fight Night.
Fight Night's tight. That's a tight song.
I didn't get on till then.
But
bro-
not. But it's crazy because you know how some people be like they'll hate like old heads will like hate Migos no matter what, and I'm like, yo, they're tight. Like you don't gotta like them, but you can't tell me there's not at least 1 or 2 songs that you don't like.
They got some
And
shit,
What's the
man.
Price is like one of those songs. Like you can't tell me that you could listen to that song and still hate them. After
They're
that
technically
song. like
pretty
that song
incredible.
is musically dope. Like
And the way that they all like do ad libs for each
Yeah.
other, vocals on top of each other, shit. It's like a fucking. It's crazy.
It's acrobats.
yeah,
it really is.
they're-
It's really
and,
like
and to
acrobats.
do
Yeah.
stylized music, like they created that style, man. Or they really refined it, man.
They
like,
refined it because that was some Juicy J shit.
Yeah, totally. But I
Well,
mean,
you
they're
know,
more
they had-
melodic.
That was
had
some
a-
3 mix.
they had
That
a-
was some
they had
3
a-
6 Mafia
definitely,
shit, bro.
definitely.
They had a bunch of forefathers. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Definitely.
No, they just made it.
But remember they changed.
Phenomenal.
Remember when Drake started rapping like them? Like they changed the flow.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
remember when Snoop on GGN was making fun of them? He's like, hella rappers
Yeah.
now just be like,
Yeah.
like so
Snoop can't
that
talk about flow though, man.
Snoop could do whatever he want. But the whole thing was like,
Can't talk about.
what do you mean?
He always had a simple flow.
Yeah, well, he's a freestyle. See, there's some rappers that you could tell that they just could freestyle hella good, and then it translates to them being good rappers. Like, he's definitely one of the greatest rappers of all time. Like that, as corny as he's become as an artist, he's made so much incredible
as a brand.
music. Yeah, he's not even. He's like transcended. He's like a caricature of himself, which that's what Juicy J did, which actually hurts my feelings.
He's doing
'cause I
like
was-
UFC commentary and shit now.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Well, Snoop
Yeah.
can do it, but Snoop.
He's doing UFC
Wait,
commentary.
Snoop
with
or Juicy J?
Snoop.
Snoop is doing UFC commentary.
UFC commentary.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kinda
no,
crazy.
it's dope. It's actually him and
He just getting
Uriah
a check
Faber.
wherever it comes, man.
Yeah, he'll do. He'll be
Snoop's a man. I love Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop's.
He's
You know,
kinda
So when I
all-
first
he
met
can do
Snoop,
whatever
he
he
was
wants.
mad cool. That guy was like fucking
Nah, he seems like a pretty good
exact
guy.
like what he seems like. That's what he was like.
He
You know
also-
what I'm saying? Like very embracing. Like you know what I'm saying? And someone who like instills confidence in you and fucking. It was like very welcoming. It was a cool vibe.
I like how he stays steady flaming Trump too.
Oh, love it.
He flames that dude.
I
so
love
tough.
anybody that flames Trump.
Oh yeah,
I'm with
we
it.
can be comrades, but you know, he does it well. I think. Well,
That's because it be so no holds bar.
Yeah, well, he be on some Crip shit when he talks shit to that dude. That's on some late night.
Like,
he just smoked a blunt. He just be like venting.
Hold on, cuz.
You got the skull cap on and shit. You got the
Yeah.
wave cap. You just that's some special commentary. But let's get back on track. We were talking about Post Malone, I guess, which we didn't think was going in was going to be that juicy of a topic, but it kind of was. It kind of was.
Yeah, I feel where Max is coming from, but I still feel like he misspoke and he shouldn't. I still personally feel like he was shitting on the genre he's making a living off of, and I feel like he needs to be careful.
Shout out to the double platinum plaque that's going to be in the mail soon.
Off top. So I want to bring something home a little bit, man, and kind of just get y'all take on it, just about you know, I'm always industry, Bay Area industry, trying to see how we can make this shit better. Home. So
less foo-foo.
Yeah, less foo-foo. So you know, in other regions, like say LA, Atlanta, New York, there's always like events that artists or anybody that's in the industry can go to kind of, it could be like a hub for networking, performing, or just shaking hands, just anything networking. Like, what type of events do y'all feel like needs to start happening, or which ones do y'all know of that we need to support? You know what I'm saying, in the Bay Area. Right now, I can only think of the Bay Area Producer Conference that kind of went like this and kind of fell a lot, but that still has potential to kind of get back to where it needs to be. But what type of stuff do y'all see other than just basic DJ music patrons cover charge? Like, what other type of events need to happen? All right.
I mean, really anything that can get people together that are on the same like-minded type of vibe, that want to come together and share and also learn information about the business that they're in, which happens to be one of which that doesn't have readily accessible information for a lot of people, unfortunately. And, you know, things like the Bay Area Producer Conference, shout out to Mario Flores.
Great dude.
You know, that's a great start. And, you know, like producers, engineers, I feel like in a lot of ways, like the behind the scenes dudes, I think are the first and easiest to benefit from a thing like that, because it's kind of like learning the trade, learning the skill, refining the skill, and getting the info for that, opposed to being an artist, which is like, how do you fucking know how to be hot, kind of, like, you know what I'm saying, or like how to promote a record, like,
yeah.
But yeah, there needs to definitely be more informational seminars about things like that, like fucking how to take a record from a fucking idea in your head to a product that you're promoting, and how to do that.
Yeah. What about do showcases work out here? You think showcases work out here? Sean, as a DJ, would you pop up at a showcase just randomly if you just see?
I might. I go to like listening parties here and there when I have a chance.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I think there needs to be like an actual, like more like festivals and seminars.
Yeah, festivals.
Stuff like that. Now you got Hyro Fest, and Hyro Fest definitely showcases a lot of Bay Area talent. But it would
Definitely
be also dope to see like and shout out to Hyro Day. She's incredible. But it'd also be dope to see like a purely Bay Area festival or something like that. And
man.
You know, Thizzler
think about that a
does
lot.
some things like that. But I just think there needs to be more of that. I think what really needs to happen too is like some of these younger artists need to put on and do their own little things. Like Beezus did the Free Spirit Fest a few times, and that was like really good for his brand, like really good.
Really.
And so like if other artists could do things like that, whether they, you know, and you know, obviously HBK has done like, you know, HBK Halloween, and they've showcased like a lot of artists, different artists. But if just more artists and more younger artists did things like that, I think, and created community, it can only be a good experience for the fans, you know, and for all the artists involved, and the younger artists even below them have never done stuff like that. You know, I think that's really positive.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be mad at a showcase, but it would have to be the type of thing where, like, just for argument's sake, like, let's just say there was a showcase that was more like a long-standing, legendary place that artists fucking were discovered at.
And like an Apollo or something like that.
Kind of like an Apollo, yeah, but something where, like, something like the Apollo was more, I don't know, accessible was the word, but, like, you know, at a certain point, like, people got booed off the stage. Like,
yeah,
you know
what the Apollo is accessible if you
that's
want,
that's what I'm saying. Like, this would be the like, what if there was a type of thing where, like, kind of you had to audition, and if you were dope, like you didn't have to be like fucking like, you know what I'm saying, ready, like Def Jam ready Rihanna, but I mean, if you were fucking just dope,
you gotta be put together.
Yeah, if your shit was put together and you're dope, you know, go for it. Like, but some sort of like vetting process, like where like not anybody can. It's not an open mic. You know what I'm saying? It's a showcase. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Well, you know who used to do that, and
Blue Flame.
it was kind of tight. Was FAB did that shit? Remember, like on Mondays or something.
Oh, he
like
still
Oakland
does it.
Live, does he?
He still does Oakland Live. Yeah, he just did one.
That was kind of tight. I agree with Max. Like stuff like that, and the thing especially about doing something like that, like, you know, LA had the Good Life Cafe, and then, like, you know, the Apollo, and, you know, artists like Fat Joe won the Apollo New Artist shit like 8 weeks in a row when he was young, like in '91.
Fat Joe did?
Yeah, like 90, like early Fat, like before he had a deal, and that's how.
Like before FloJo?
Yeah, before that, man. Fat Joe the Gangster. Before that, like 91, like early.
Damn.
Yeah, he won like
I didn't know
weeks
that.
in a row. Yeah, so it's just like those kind of having those kind of outlets and then having them be continuous is what the galvanization of the music industry and music culture in Bay Area needs. And that's what I was saying last week about how places like Atlanta and New York have this galvanized culture of like, this is what you measure up against.
Yeah.
This kind of, you know, so-and-so was on this, you know, on this stage and they did these things, you know, and this happens every week. And
that,
when you have that continuity, like that is what, you know, that's the metering, that's the measuring of the barometer for your culture. You know what I mean? And the Bay definitely needs more of that, you know?
Yeah.
And I would apply that kind of thing.
All right. Yeah. Because, you know, I just showcases, I feel like, I don't know if you guys remember Blue Flame.
I don't think so.
I forget their name that used to do it, but they used to do it at DNA Lounge.
Oh, wow.
And that's HBK used to do them before they got popping. AKA Frank, he debuted My Dick Ain't Racist there, I think. Remember that song? Remember that song?
Shout out AKA Frank, just say AKA Frank Day.
Yeah, shit like that. But Blue Flame, it was a lot of new artists being discovered on that. Yeah, like
maybe I do, but I'm forgetting. I don't know. It's crazy. I feel like I should have known that, like listening to what you said.
Nutty Dude used to do him. What's his Twitter is Nutty Dude. I forget his I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Twitter handle.
Yeah, I know.
That's an elephant.
But he was in that. He was in that D-Nas little circle. He was in that circle.
Streets is talking.
Yeah, he was in that circle. But
shout out D-Nas.
They used to do this shit called Blue Flame, and a lot of the artists that's out now, well, pre SOB and pre all and after us, they got discovered through that.
See, that's dope. There needs to be more of that.
And then for some reason it just stopped going on. But going on to the seminar type of shit, conference type of shit, hella needs to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because the producer conference, the very first one, I don't know if you remember it, but the very first one when it was on Van Ness at like this old ass hotel.
I do.
The Cathedral. Everybody came out.
That fucking hotel.
Remember that hotel?
That shitty ass looking
Everybody
hotel.
came out. Everybody came
Actually,
out.
I had a really good time that day.
It was a good day.
It was a good day. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good day.
I'm just coming.
Tone Capone was supposed to fucking speak, and then like he couldn't show up. He was like, "Hey, bro, tell them you're taking my place." I'm like, "What?
Wait, what?
like, what are you talking about?"
Because it was us.
But I'm
you,
like, bro, no, I wasn't on there. That I didn't have.
You didn't do it?
I didn't have my weight up yet. So yeah. But fucking. So I hit Mario. I was like, "Yo, can I speak?" And he was like, "I don't know. I'll get back to you."
But yeah, stuff like that.
It was a great time, man. I had
the Bars convention, pre-Bars Awards. It was the Bars convention.
I was in New York.
The Bay Area Rap Summit. Shit like that. Like, that never happens no more. Where get every artist in the Bay Area in one fucking room and let them network with people like, you know, Sean and all these promoters and other DJs, and it's just not happening. You go to Atlanta, you go to anywhere in the South, you got the Core DJ Retreat, shit like that. You got
I feel like to
A3C.
The sad thing about that is I feel like to get everybody realistically in the event, you'd have to give them free passes. You'd have to like throw the event for free.
I mean, it could be totally a free thing, you know.
It could. It could
money
be.
at the bar.
Who's gonna pay for that though?
You get sponsors, bro.
Yeah, you get sponsors. That would be.
But you wouldn't even give every ticket out for free. You would invite. You know, you would invite the I Am Sues, give him a free pass. You would give the SOB cast a free pass just to show up.
10 free passes.
Yeah, because if they saying, okay, we're gonna be here, get y'all tickets. I'll give you a free pass, but just post us one time and say, get y'all tickets today.
Yeah, man.
That's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Even if that one post only gets one ticket sale, that's still worth it. Yeah, exactly. But I just want to see more stuff like that happening because
you need to, man. People
Bay Area artists aren't leaving the Bay Area, man, and they don't know what's out there, bro. They don't know what's in
We
Atlanta.
have to learn the business.
They don't know what's in Miami.
Where does the money come from? Like, we have to know this. We have to know
and
where
I hate
the
to
money...
keep repeating this shit, man, but it's a lot of artists in the Bay Area don't know how to get paid.
Where does the bag
bro.
actually come from? Like, if you're selling weed, it's pretty simple. You have a bag of weed. You go to another human being. They exchange money for the bag of weed. This is different. Like, you don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not many people know that there's a fucking government board that governs the fucking rate at which songs on the radio get played. So they determine, this year it's gonna be 0.9 cents or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
It's called the statutory rate. Not to be confused with statutory rape. Yes.
Yeah, we ain't fucking with that.
But, a lot of that is going on, but that's a whole nother show. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
Well, but one thing I will want to say, though, and I completely agree with everything you guys said, and there needs to be more platforms. But there are a lot of artists right now that are signed, right? Like Simba just got signed, Larry June signed.
Columbia. Warner Brothers, yeah. I just mixed 2 songs for Larry yesterday.
Yeah, Larry is incredible. He signed.
Yeah. Simba's hella dope.
We need to put that together.
What?
Larry June, Elevators. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Sock it to me.
Yeah. Larry's
goddamn.
He's a weird one though. He
So are we.
Very he's very particular. But yeah, I definitely think he do need to rock with y'all. That's a must.
But who else? I feel like a lot of artists are getting signed right now.
I heard every SOB member got their own deal.
So there you go. I mean that was bound to happen.
Like individual deals. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
I'm just hella glad. Side note: my girl was like, "I got a letter from the landlord. Could I open it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like expecting the worst, but then I knew it was just a little. Yearly rent increase. Rent control. I was like, cool.
How did we get on that?
I don't know.
No, it was rent. He just got a text.
Oh, I apologize. I'm fucking unprofessional right now.
No. What do you mean? It was
good news. Though.
There's no cap on what we can't talk about.
But the whole Empire thing, I
was just curious about the origin of the tangent.
It was a weird text. Of my girl.
The whole Empire movement, though,
Empire is like lightweight, incredible, dude. Like. If you think about, like, there's people you don't even realize that are, like, Kevin Allen just put a shot on Empire. Hella people.
Was that an Empire release?
I think so. Like, there's so much shit, especially local shit that's coming out through that, and that's really a good look for the band.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, a lot more distribution they would probably get. Not to say Eric couldn't get dope in distribution for other people, but I'm just saying in general, that's, like, a lot of distribution.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, and Ghazi's doing that, and that's dope. And I don't even know Ghazi, but shout out
But
Ghazi.
let me tell you this.
That's tight.
I'm going to tell a Ghazi story, but I'm going to also tell this. People don't wait on Empire. Yeah, he does distribution, but there's dozens of other
Well, you
distribution
don't even
companies.
need. I mean, just get your dude. I'm telling you, get your videos popping, bro.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying,
Shoot some
look,
videos, get
I'm
that shit
speaking from a point of view where people always come to me like, man, I need to meet with Gazi. I need to meet with Gazi. Even if Gazi sit down with you, he's not gonna change your life in one meeting.
Nah, and you gotta have dope projects. You gotta meet them halfway.
And you gotta have numbers. You gotta have a budget. If you don't have none of that, go. I'm gonna just say y'all quick. Go to TuneCore, DistroKid, CD Baby, fucking Symphonic Distribution.
Get your weight up. Get your shit together.
Do your research yourself. But I'm gonna tell a quick Gazi story.
Show and prove. You gotta prove with results. Like, people will not start believing you until you can actually like put up numbers and say that you did this and say that you did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're just like everyone else, a talker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So don't be that guy.
Who?
If you
Man, he got numbers right now.
Who?
I forget his name. He just did a show in Petaluma. Amen was telling me, he's like, bro, this is like the most hype show I've been part of in a long time. I don't know. I'm not remembering his name right now.
Let me tell a quick Gazi story though, because this dude is a oracle. I've known Gazi since like 2004, right? And he used to be what we do, Max. He was an engineer.
I know.
He was an artist. Well, yeah, you know. He was an
artist also, right?
And an artist, yeah. But then he started pressing up CDs. He was pressing up our singles and mixtapes and shit for years, right? But come around 2007, 2008, he started working for Ingrooves. And he used to always say, look, man, this CD shit gonna be a bust. Y'all gonna need to stop doing this. Everything's going digital. Everything, you're gonna be able to get a song on your phone. And we was like, yeah, whatever. So he came and brought us contracts for Ingrooves and made us sign it. Right? He was like, just sign this and give me all your latest projects, and I'm gonna take care of the rest. And we was like, fuck it. Like, we know, guys. It was a big homie, so all right, we gonna do it. Boom. Come to terms. He's like, yo, all y'all shit out now. Here go your login. This is how you get paid. This is all through Ingrooves. So we on Ingrooves for like 2 years. He's like, look, I'm leaving Ingrooves. I'm starting my own shit. It's called Empire. I'm taking y'all with me. It's good. Like, don't even trip. And we still not believing the whole online shit. We still printing up CDs. We believing in that more than the mobile shit, right? So he starts Empire and he transfers all our accounts over to what he's doing. And we put our album out like maybe 2011, I think, around Section 80 came out, because he put out Section 80. People don't even know that he dropped Section 80.
That's a great album. That's my favorite Kendrick album. That's me though. I don't expect anyone else to put that. I know. I
love you though.
That's for me.
But point being though, bro, he been saying everything he's doing now. He was saying that shit since 2007, bro. Like this whole digital shit. And he's literally the #1 digital distribution company now labeled in the industry right now. And it's crazy, bro.
It's definitely
like, shout out to guys. He's definitely doing his thing, bro.
He's doing like historical shit. He's doing historical trip out this though. And this is me on the outside looking in. He's doing historical shit for the Bay and music shit, but he's doing historical shit for music in general.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like, he's doing some incredible stuff right now, man.
I feel like he's like Koch a little bit. How he was resurrecting a career.
He's taking,
he is.
Well,
but he's doing it right though. He's not doing it like Koch, where there wasn't really too much of a look behind it, and the model for marketing was old with Koch. With Gazi, he's just, we're not even gonna do radio. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? He's taking whole new routes and still getting results and getting numbers like a major. So
this is true.
Max found his weed.
Salute. Max been quiet because he's just secured the bag.
You know, just a little of this biscotti. The biscotti.
Max, he smoked that real loud, that real designer Bay Area weed.
Real fucking weed snob shit.
That real GMO.
Real gourmet.
No.
Gourmet strands out here.
Yeah, this is that real.
Max, that guy, man.
You know what I'm saying? You
That's
gotta get your lungs right, dude.
I'm not smoking weed with him this time, because last time it made me
get a little spacey.
I was not at my best, so I apologize. Maybe toward the end I'll smoke with him a little bit. Right now, not so much.
A farewell.
The real challenge is
getting DEO high.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen. That will not happen.
Nah, I'm good with my.
You got the deuce Corona.
What is it? 22.
One of my favorite activities is to
ounce.
try to get my non-smoking friends to smoke. Like sometimes I just like to like pass
Bro,
to you just to see if you're not going to be on your guard.
That was Jacka's #1 goal, bro. He'd try to pass me the blunt
every time.
Every one he lit, every 20 of them he lit.
God bless the Jack.
God bless the Jack.
Miss you, man.
Miss you, bro.
What's our next topic though? Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, where we at, man? Where we at?
Stand out.
This Burner album, man. What this Burner album sound like, man? Spill the beans, man.
Man, I mean, obviously I didn't produce any of it because it's entirely produced.
Yeah, the Sky Storage. So what does that sound like, man?
And I recorded like a couple songs. I mean, it's fucking probably dope as fuck. Because I mean, shit. I mean, Scott's a great producer. Fucking
incredible talent.
Burn.
How did that happen?
Well, I think it was initially...
He called him for some weed and he was like, I got you, and they ended up doing an album?
Nah, because Scott's, I don't know if it's wife or girlfriend, her shit is Coco Nugs. That's her company.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so Coco Nugs is her shit. And I think Be Real is involved with it, and Burner, and they all cross collaborated.
That's tight.
So I think that was the intro between Storch, and obviously Storch, even since way back, has been like a huge weed head. He was talking about articles where he's like, I smoke
coke
every
too.
Amongst other things.
Yeah. But he smokes hella trees, and obviously,
his wife used to do coke nugs.
Yeah.
No.
I know, right?
Fucking
Sky Storage is hey, salute, but that's a wild boy right there, bro. It's a real wild
His stories is crazy.
He's incredible, though, man. I love those videos of him just like...
At the piano?
Remember the video of him getting his haircut? He's at the piano just wild. He's killing it, though. He's like super talented. That shit is awesome.
He's sick, man.
That sounds like a real LA shit, though. Like real LA music industry shit, how that came together.
Yeah. I'm excited about that album, though.
Components,
But yeah, the joints that I heard were fucking retarded.
What is he doing? Is he doing like a rollout, or is he just dropping? Is he doing any listening parties?
I'm really not sure. I actually haven't talked to Burn in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, fucking. I know. They're probably gonna do something.
That sound you in the background is Max rolling up his loud.
His raws.
So you know it's real. Raw papers only.
Raw papers only.
Last crutch.
So what other projects you working on that you excited about, bro?
Field tip. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Be Real.
Max?
Huh?
What other projects you working on that you excited about?
Man, fucking my brother Vital is about to drop an album at the end of the year that honestly was supposed to drop a fucking couple years ago, but the way we make music, it's not fucking, we don't really live in any particular time or date. Like, we make timeless music, you know what I'm saying? That can really fucking go in any era. So the shit's about to drop. It was long overdue, but it's about to drop. I'm definitely excited about that. Definitely excited about working on J Boog's next album. You know what I'm saying? We fucking about to gear up fucking heavy for that. Yeah, fucking man, other projects that I'm working on. Man, the Elevators album. We're about to do an album.
A producer album.
Yeah, a producer album, like, a Khaled-esque, get all the artists that we work with, and make some fucking crazy mashup album. Definitely really excited about that.
Wow.
Definitely got to do another album with Cosmo. Start working on his shit.
Rap album?
Rap album, yep.
Cosmo,
always working on some new Burn shit. Him and Wiz got an album coming out that we got a bunch of joints on.
That's tight.
Yeah, him and Wiz, full-length album. We got 6 joints on there. What else, man? Oh man, Flip the Narrow. Shout out to Johnny Shipes and Cinematic Music. They got a crazy ass fucking stable of artists, man. Like
Flip the Narrow.
Yeah, Flip the Narrow. Yeah.
Okay.
He's, man, very, very, very unique and different, yet familiar. He's got some shit. Anybody, y'all need to look him up. That's my dude. Super fucking humble, super fucking appreciative, good dude.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, I want to give a shout out to my homie City P. He just dropped this new joint, Seasons Change. That's a 9-track EP, sounding real West Coastish right now. You know what I'm saying? He had to get this one out of his system because he back. I got my foot on his neck, so he gonna keep it going. You know, my homie E Bang dropped "Shut Up and Rap." That's out on all digital outlets. Who else I'm working on? Foots the Beast just dropped his not too long ago. So Vicious, his girl, working on hers. That's about to drop in, I think, this month in December, I think. Who else? I'm forgetting hella people. No, thank you. Shout out to Fidel Cash. I just had Fidel and Simba in the lab, and they working on something crazy. Shout out to Larry June. I just mixed 2 songs for him. I don't know what they doing.
Sock it to me.
Yeah, sock it to me. You're doing good, Larry June. Damn, who else, man? I got so many cats. Just if you ever rock with me at the lab, man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Ayo Luciano. We're gonna try to, a lot of these artists, man, we're gonna try to get them more amped up for 2018, because the same shit that we talking about, I'll be shoving this shit down their neck, man, about what they need to be doing.
Hire a goddamn publicist for the crying out loud.
Yeah, but even before then, just start stepping out. I'll be telling people, don't be afraid to step out and go introduce yourself, man.
To a publicist.
Humble yourself. Man, look, the publicist game is kind of tricky though, because some people be getting played out their money.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So hire a small time publicist and at least get your paperwork right. Get a bio professionally written for $100 to $250, and depending on who else you go with, it can go up to $500. Get a press release written. I got a homie right now in LA. She's from the Bay, but she living in LA right now, working with damn, I always forget this dude's name. Anyway, working with this artist that just got signed to Shady. He from Compton or Inglewood or some shit.
Oh, Boogie.
Boogie, yeah.
Boogie's tight,
my homie worked with her.
Shout out to Clayton Bly.
She worked with them. And she be on her journalist shit. She write press. I just had her write City Peace press release. You feel me? And it's dope. And so do
get
small
all that
shit.
Get it, press releases.
Get all that shit.
It all counts.
I'm just trying to like
fucking one sheets.
I know we always feel like we preaching, but y'all gotta hear us, man. Like this shit is a process, yo.
This shit. Let's put it like this. This shit. I know that someone out there listening just took off the fucking Pampers last week and the G.I. Joes just went in the closet. But listen, this shit has been going on since you were sperm. So the processes in which fucking govern this shit have been going on forever, and you need to respect the process in order to know how to apply that process to your own business.
It's a fact.
Okay? So, why do you need to fucking come with a fucking a folder with stems instead of a 2-track? Because if you come with a 2-track, your fucking song is literally not mixed. It doesn't count. Your shit is not mixed unless you fucking have the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta.
They don't know what you're saying, but they
don't know what I'm saying.
But they gonna learn.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. We gonna learn you.
Should come with a full project file, right, with all the tracks, not even just stems, but
everything.
Yeah,
everything. Every sound needs to be on its own track.
Yeah.
Fucking, we gotta respect the process from writing to pre-production to recording to fucking post-production, mixing, mastering, the whole fucking shit, and then fucking how to release a fucking album. You can't just fucking release an album and it's just on Instagram and fucking you're worried, and then you complain later about why your album flopped because there was no rollout. Fucking man, hire a publicist. If you don't know how to work a record and secure blog placements, get a publicist.
That's a fact.
Respect,
and if y'all
respect the process.
Honestly, 2018, I'm going into this shit just trying to help more people. So if y'all need any information on publicists, DJs, emails, blogs, just at DEO415, you know what I'm saying? I don't hold plugs. I don't keep plugs to myself.
Yeah, fuck this gatekeeper
I give that shit away. Trust me, I give it away. If you want me to work for you, then we gonna talk some numbers. But if you gonna do the work yourself, I will hand you my black book. Period. If you gonna do it, And if you gonna represent yourself and not represent me, you can have that email, you can have that number. I might do the intro for you. Other than that, you know, do what we did since 2001. Go outside. Get off Instagram. Get off Instagram. Get off Facebook. Stop being mad. Go outside. Period.
And stop being mad.
Stop being mad.
Don't be a
I'm
bitch.
sick of people being
Even
mad.
when you mad, just take a deep breath and go outside.
If you haven't taken responsibility for your own shit, then you're not allowed to be mad yet.
This is pretty much what it is. If your life is in a good place or a bad place, a good way to apply it is it's your fault.
It's a fact.
Yep.
If you're in a good place, it's your fault.
Take responsibility.
If you're in a bad place, it's your fault.
Take responsibility. It can't be everyone else's fault. That's for damn sure.
No,
Yeah, man.
it's your
There's no
fault.
fucking way.
Everything is your fault. If you just look at it like that, then when the shit is fucking good, everything was your fault.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Take inventory, and then when shit is good, work even harder to maintain that because all days can't be the best.
Nah.
You're not gonna have good.
Nah, all
24/7
DJ,
days.
all days will not be the. Yeah, I'm thinking about DJs right now.
Fucking DJs.
All days ain't gonna be the best.
Yeah, man. You know who
You
taught
know what
me
I'm
that?
saying? And take that shit with a grain of salt.
You know who taught me that?
I wish y'all could taste
Who?
this sun-grown biscotti.
Who?
That loud.
This shit is nice.
Max is like, he's like,
Brought to you by the good people at Connected Cannabis. Thank you.
Max is like Scrooge McDuck, like swimming in the money right now. Except
Man, I would love to do that. Oh, you know what I want more than a Scrooge McDuck sized room full of weed? A pacing room.
Pacing room.
What is a pacing room?
Scrooge McDuck had a pacing room.
What was that?
You just
don't
go in a
remem-
room and pace?
You don't remember that?
Oh, yeah,
that,
in
that
the circle,
circular
yeah.
room that he had. That was like it was like a room that he walked so much that it went into the ground.
Yeah, it was like a path.
It was a pacing room.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I want a pacing room.
Me
If
too.
anybody that knows me
I've seen you pace.
knows that when I'm on the phone, I pace like a motherfucker.
I pace like
This
fuck
fool does
too.
laps.
He paces so
Oh, I
much.
do
He needs
laps.
a room. He needs a room. For
I
this.
pace
I
like
need a
fuck.
room to pace in.
You need different.
I mean,
I
why else?
think the goal, the reason we work hard is so that we could own a home that we have different rooms dedicated to different activities.
Different shit.
Like
I think that's part
you
of the
want to
goal.
ball out and get a Benz. I want to ball out and get a pacing room. That's the difference, motherfucker. I want a mansion.
Wait, who taught you that? I want to go back to that. You was like, you know who taught me that?
Oh, all days can't be the best.
Yeah.
Man, fucking Fiend, bruh.
Who?
Fiend from No Limit, the rapper Fiend.
Oh, I
And
thought-
What did he say?
Jones. He
That's
said
why-
it on a song and it was dope. Hey, I'm
Oh,
gonna
he,
say
he was International Jones though. He wasn't Fiend.
he wasn't Fiend, but he
Okay,
still was
I'm a
Fiend.
Fiend fan.
No, but I'm
I'm a
a
No Limit Fiend
What?
fan. No, he's International Jones now.
But he's still
Oh,
no, he's
now
Fiend.
He's he's Fiend for the money.
No, he's still Fiend.
He's always.
He don't
both.
just go by
He's
Fiend.
He
Oh
like-
yeah,
didn't
he
he
put
go-
out a mixtape
didn't-
with Corner Boy P.
Didn't he ghostwrite a lot of shit?
Yeah, dude, Fiend. All right, first of all,
Like
Fiend.
some pop shit, I think.
Dude, first of all, let me just say
Or
this.
some R&B
No,
shit.
that's
like-
that you thinking of
no, Fiend. He signed to APG.
Let me just say one of these things.
Fiend is signed to APG, or at least was.
Let me just say this. Fiend literally, and this is like, I don't care who feels me or doesn't feel me or whatever. He's one of the most talented artists I've ever listened to.
I agree.
Like in terms of being a rapper and vocalist, his voice, his baritone is crazy.
He was the
He's
down
a
to
really
me. He was the down
talented
south cool
dude.
nut.
Yeah, he really talented dude, man.
I don't really know.
And his
Sorry,
he
Bay
stands
Area, I know.
out. He stands
But
out
I
on
don't
every
really know that
feature.
reference.
Like he stands out on all projects,
You gotta
collaborative
he only had
projects.
2 albums.
But he
I
stands
know
out like
he
on
passed
all
away.
his.
R.I.P.
He
No.
stands out like he's a talented dude. His
trust
voice
me,
is crazy.
I'm
man.
a
He
No
can
Limit
sing tight.
head. I had
Yeah.
I had every Fiend album.
Hey, you know what? There's one in every family.
There were that's but Street Life though.
Yeah,
People slept on Street Life. Anyway, we can go there. We can
Fiend
go.
is tight, bro.
That's Magic.
No, that was Fiend.
Nah, that's Magic. That's
No,
Magic and
no.
C Murder.
Bam, 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 bam. That's
No, it
out.
wasn't.
That
That
was
was
on
Fiend.
C. All right, first
That's
of all,
that was on both albums.
that was on C Murder's album.
and
That
then
was
on
on
Magic.
Snoop Dogg's album.
Yeah, then it was
No,
on Magic album.
No. That wasn't Magic. That was.
That was
Fiend.
It was
Magic,
on. It was
yo.
on every one of their albums.
That was on
Scott,
Magic.
can we look that? Can we look?
I
that
will
up?
bet you.
I
I'm not gonna
bet
say
you.
the
I
title.
got
You
records.
wanna say the title of that song for me? Thanks.
You want to bet $100?
Dude, I have a record. I have a single where it's the C Murder's the lead artist. I have a single with Snoop Dogg.
Let's bet $100.
How do I look
No,
up? How do I look
Fiend,
up?
Fiend, C Murder, and who else?
We're talking about.
Magic. No, it's not Fiend.
What's
Fiend
the
is not
song
on that
though?
song.
What's the song?
D.
Put F them
No, but the name of the song is.
and then put C Murder
What's the name of the song though?
and then boom. right there.
Nah.
Magic and Snoop.
Why did I think it was Fiend?
Because Fiend
Fiend,
and Magic didn't sound alike, but they kind of sounded like. That's C Murder on the Hood.
All right.
I'm a No Limit head, bro. Bitch, I'm down for my niggas.
That's an incredible song. I got a question though for everyone. I got a question for everyone.
What movie was that in?
No. What's that sample?
What?
What's that sample?
No. I just know the original movie that it was in.
What's the sample?
I don't know. It was in Pulp Fiction.
What's the Nah, it wasn't.
The original one was in Pulp Fiction. It was.
I'll bet you.
What, the sample?
I bet you too.
The sample is not.
No, it's not Pulp Fiction. But that song you're talking about,
that
song was in
the sample
in the background or something.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But
the sample was
what artist did they sample?
I don't know. I don't know the name of that song.
I don't know the name.
I don't know the artist.
It's an Isaac Hayes, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And it's tight the way they flipped it, like. See?
Yeah. I heard it.
They like sequenced it.
Yeah.
That's really what they did.
I met KLC too.
I love Isaac Hayes. Hot Butter Soul, that's an incredible
KLC,
album.
bro.
This album right here is incredible.
Isaac Hayes is straight fucking hip hop.
KLC, bro.
That shit is straight hip hop
in
production.
New Orleans, bro.
That's tight.
I was hella nostalgic, bro.
Shout out Stax Vault Records.
Stacks,
Isaac Hayes. Yeah, man. We just went down that,
that
lane. Fiend, man. Shout out Fiend,
man.
man.
Fiend tight.
We love you, and you're an incredible artist. Keep coming with music. All days can't be the best, man. Fiend said that on this song called Hope from one of his projects like 2 years ago. And it's a song about going through hard times and knowing that shit's gonna be all good.
Got a lot of those.
And that song is like, it's incredible, and it's an incredible message, man. All days can't be the best. Just keep going hard. Everyone.
Just to go back to the industry shit, I brought that up though because me and the owner of Brick and Mortar, shout out to Jason Perkins, we're forming like a better partnership, and he's giving me a lot of room over there. So I'm trying to do more shit over there at Brick and Mortar, and I damn near want to do Chief and Beats over there.
I was just going to say.
I know, and it could be hosted by I don't want to start talking on here about it, but
by someone who's
Brick and Mortar though, Brick and Mortar Music Hall in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get more shit popping there, because y'all know we used to do shit there all the time. But I'm going back over there. Me and Jason, we didn't holler. We sat down, me, him, and my baby, because I had to bring her with me. And we just sat there and had a meeting. You know what I'm saying? And he's open to a lot of local hip hop stuff as long as the process is done right.
Shit.
That for sure. But he just want to make sure that everybody got some level of professionalism, and DEO is gonna help y'all get to that professional level. Bless you, Max.
Bless you.
And that's all I gotta say for today, man.
That's how you know the weed is good.
And for those tuning in, the Bassheadz, we definitely are a work in progress, and we will. Next week is gonna be doper. I don't know how y'all feel about top 10 lists, my brothers, but I'm trying to do a top 10 list.
Top 10 Bay Area producers,
definitely, and Bay Area DJs. Yeah,
and
those two. Let's start with those two.
Possibly Bay Area artists.
Nah, because Thizzler do that. Nah. Right now, yeah, current. No. Well, nah, I don't want to say all time. They just do.
Oh, now. And we'll provide like a bunch of reasons.
Nah, we could talk about that, but I think it should be all time.
I'm down.
What?
For
all time?
We'll talk about it.
We'll
talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it, because if it's all time, we're gonna include producers that ain't did nothing in like 10 years.
Yeah, that's a little
15
tricky.
years, and they kind of taking up space for producers that.
I like producers now.
Is MC Hammer getting there?
Hammer.
Producer?
No, he's not.
Artist.
Nah.
Performing artist.
But yeah, so
Hammer.
I want to do producers and DJs. The artists, I feel like maybe, but top 10 hottest artists right now, I kind of think that's a Thizzler thing, right? Yeah. They do that every year.
That's a lot of artists too.
Yeah, so let's do producers and DJs.
So top 10, we're gonna do next week's episode or next 2 weeks, whenever we
do
next episode.
Tune in next week, man.
It's gonna be top 10 Bay Area producers and top 10 Bay Area artists.
Yeah. So we're going to sign off, man. One more time. DEO, doing everything official. Even odds.
DJ Sean G.
Frisco, California, too. Y'all got to know that Sean G is from Frisco. I know he do a lot of shit in the East Bay, but we own him.
Presidio Park, always.
We own him.
School of the Arts, class of 99. CCSF alumni.
Come on, man. City College, man. He paid for that shit.
Yeah, man.
It's free now, but he paid for it.
City College Rams, I think that's the mascot.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know, but I fuck with CCSF. I'm a proud alumni. You know what I mean?
He's a proud AA holder.
And I'm always Frisco. I've lived in the East Bay for a long time. I do a lot of stuff out in the East Bay. I love the East Bay so much. So much. I got love for the community I'm part of out here, but I'll always be from Frisco.
And we going to own Max, too. I'm going to take credit for Max, too, man. Frisco, we going to adopt Max because he produced some great shit on some Quinn albums.
That means a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something like to be said for. It's not like it's not easy to fucking go from a spot where you're not and be accepted by the fucking locals. I always fuck with the locals.
But you best friends with two of the most underrated Frisco people ever. The Riddler, a.k.a. Buchanan, a.k.a. Costo, a.k.a. Main Event, and fucking Cosmo. Come on, man. Like,
you already know.
It doesn't get no better than that, so.
It's not by accident.
And it's, yeah, exactly.
Nah, it's not. Max Perry from Brooklyn, New York to the Bay Area, California. Holding it down, always.
Smoking that loud.
Smoking that Shangron Biscotti.
And shout out to Scott, holding it down.
Yeah, man.
And we are the Bassheadz.
Yes, sir.
We made it. We did it. That was cool. How long was it?